喂，好啦，咁我哋今年咧又見到 soulution 嘅老闆啦。Hello, nice to meet you again.
My pleasure.
Okay, can you introduce your new product?
Yes, I would like to.
Yeah.
We have a new 7 Series product line, which is the third generation of 7 Series. 727 preamplifier, the 757 phono, or the emphasis preamplifier, phono stage, and the 717 power amplifier.
Yeah.
So that's the 3 new products. The 727 is a line stage, so that's essentially a line stage volume control. The new feature in that product is that it has a very wide bandwidth. So we increased bandwidth from 2 megahertz on the old design to 20 megahertz. In the new design, we could lower noise floor by about 20 dB, and of course also distortion, common mode rejection, which makes the unit really very much more performing than the older unit.
Okay.
This follows the same philosophy as we always had with soulution, is like having wide bandwidth because of, let's say, the timing errors in the time domain. So we want to have as little time problems with reproducing music. That's why we go for wide bandwidth. That's the easiest thing to do. So that's the new features, let's say, in the 727 preamplifier. The 757, the emphasis preamplifier has a lot of functions, new functions that were not present in the older models. So we can have MMMC, like phono stage, right? Connection. We can have a DS audio, optical cartridge directly connected to the phono stage. All the power supplies are in the phono stage in that 757. So that gives another option to of a cartridge to select. And the third feature we have is that we can connect tape headouts, or reel-to-reel tapes. So we have a direct headout from that reel. You can then connect to the 757 and do the de-emphasis control for that. To do all that, of course, we need to have selectable de-emphasis curves. So we have for the phono, RIA, Decca, Columbia, all the different old de-emphasis features as well. Then, of course, for the tape, it's a different set of de-emphasis you need. So it's a very flexible, very versatile unit.
Yes.
Apart from that, having a lot of connections, the key thing is that it has a variable gain. So you can choose the gain from 0 dB up to 120 dB, depending on which input you are working with, so that you in fact could actually connect it directly to the power amps. So if you have just analog sources, like you would not need a preamp in between. So you have the phono stage or your analog sources and go to the power amps.
Oh, okay.
So that's about, in a nutshell, there's a lot to talk about the 757, but that's just in a nutshell what it can do. And then just right now we launched the 717 stereo power amp, which is essentially a stereo amp. It can be used also as monoblock. You can bridge that. So it's bridgeable, so you can use it as a monoblock or as a dual mono for bi-amping. So it's very flexible to use internally. The design is completely overhauled. It has nothing to do with there are no 2 parts the same compared to the older designs like the 711 or the 701. So everything is new. And apart from that, it's also a new, let's say, topology of amplification. It's something we came up with, which I don't think it has been used for power amplifiers before. It's not an all new topology. Maybe it has been used for other applications, but we use that right now for power amps, which allows us actually to increase again the bandwidth. So the older designs were bandwidth around 800 kilohertz to 1 megahertz. Now we have 2 megahertz bandwidth, double. We could also increase the negative feedback, so it's much more controlled, better controlled, which allows to reduce the distortion, also noise floor. But having the wider bandwidth actually again reduces the timing errors in time domain, which is very important for the sound.
Will we have the mono model.
Right now, you can actually use the stereo. You can bridge it, and it can be used as a mono. As of today, there is no mono right
okay.
now, but we
no panic.
We might think about that, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the market is asking for a mono which is bigger, even more powerful.
Yes.
Although I don't think it's really required, but if the market is asking for that, why not?
Yes. 因為咧點解我咁問咧？因為只要你哋嚟咗音響展，聽過717推4柱嘅 YG 咧，你哋就會好驚訝佢嗰個一部嘅後級可以推到4潮柱，係真係好恐怖㗎！佢嗰個推力同埋係好有勢嘅 keep 到。咁所以咧，大家咧有機會嘅話咧，就可以去翻輝煌嗰度啦，咁聽下部717啦。咁頭先我哋講嘅725啦，或者727啦，係啦。咁OK，thank you your interview。
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you.